Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today it is Fragrance Friday and I'm so excited to share with you guys some real newness here, and I mean new. Joe London new. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content. And yes, on Fridays we talk about everything to do with perfume and anything for your body. Today is no exception because we're going to be talking to you about the brand new Jo Malone Raspberry Ripple. But on top of that, I was finally able to get my hands on Ellis Brooklyn's Banana and Kayali's Maui in a bottle, which both of them kind of have like a banana battle going on. Before we get started, I'm going to share with you guys what I do have on my lips and what I have left on my nails as we're nearing the end of this particular polish, because if I don't, you do always ask. So on my nails, let's see, well, these ones are a little chipped. I don't know, they're all really chipped, but there's like a little topper on, let's see, sorry for the chip nail. There's a bit of a topper on this one. This is the Hollow Taco limited edition David's tea color that they have. So this is that color there. I don't think they have that at all anymore. I think it sold out really fast. On top, I have Galactic Unicorn Skin, which just kind of gives it a bit of a boost. Hollow Taco does a really great job with their cremes, but putting it together, it makes it for a little mermaid nail. And what I do have on my lips, I have a combination. I have from Merit in their color Classic. This is a matte lipstick. There it is right there. And I wear that quite often. I'm wearing it obviously right now. And on top, I have 1,000 little bees stinging my lips because that is what YSL did in this lip gloss. Now, I don't know the name, or the color name, I should say, but the number is number 3. This is what I have. It's very spicy, like muy caliente, but it's lovely. It's juicy. It makes your lips really plump. So that is what I have all over my lips. Okay, so as promised, I have 3 scents to share with you. Of course, we've got the new Jo Malone London Raspberry Ripple. We have from Ellis Brooklyn, the Banana Milkshake, which is the last one of the 3, the trio that came out that I could get my hands on because it was sold out in Canada so fast. Actually, technically before its launch date, it was sold out. Long story there. Kayali's Maui in a bottle. Maui is one of my favorite places in the world to go to. I just came back from Honolulu. It's gorgeous, but it's too busy for me. I think I'd even want to try Kauai. Anyway, let's start with the Banana Milkshake from Ellis Brooklyn. This one is different. I was expecting a little bit more from this because when I brought this home, sprayed it on me. I just sprayed it on me just now to get a good scent. It's really good. It's very perfumey, if you will. You can tell this is a perfume, even though this is the hair and body mist, which is seemingly the thing to do with fragrance in 2025. It seems everyone is putting out hair and body mists. Let's go to Fragrantica and check out the main accords for the Banana Milkshake, and then we'll discuss what I think about the scent. You might be a bit surprised on this one. The main accords for Banana Milkshake by Ellis Brooklyn are sweet, vanilla, fruity, lactonic, and tropical. Top notes are banana, milk, melon, and papaya. Mid notes are strawberry, vanilla accord, and apricot. Base notes are ice cream, tonka bean, vanilla, rum, and wood barrel. That last one, the wood barrel, had me like, huh? So anyway, let's talk about this fragrance. As I never really expect a lot from like hair and body mists, it lasted on my skin for about 2.5 hours and then it was gone. I actually like the dry down on this better than the initial spray. I think I'm the opposite of what I've seen a lot of people reviewing this fragrance since they've received it. I like this one on the dry down. I actually got more of a powdery banana, which is unfortunate because I'm not a huge powder fan, but that's what I did get. There is a sweetness to it. There is definitely a banana, but I get more of the banana on the dry down. I get more floral notes at the very initial spray, but I don't know if I would repurchase this. I'm glad I have it. I will use it. You'll probably see on my part 2 summer perfume tray coming up. It doesn't have the longevity that I would like, that I prefer, and the fact that the banana doesn't last as long as I'd like, and it's more of a powdery banana versus a nice sweet actual like foodie type banana. That's what I really like. I don't want even the like candy runt banana. I'm all for that too. I just love banana. I feel like a lot of companies are really trying to bring out bananas in 2025, and I kind of feel like they failed a bit because I would love to see a real true banana. Like, I still tempted to get Comme Touriste Pacifique's Vinny banana. It's the only one I don't have, or I've tried it, just the banana didn't last very long, and I'm getting that. My friend Julie said the same thing, that hers didn't last. So anyway, maybe it's just banana. Maybe that's why no one's really started to use banana up until recently, and we're realizing now that it doesn't really last. It's nice. Would I repurchase? No. I definitely get more of a powdery banana over an actual banana. Next up, we have something that is new to me. It came out in a quad or a trio. I can't recall. Kayali brought out a couple of summer fragrances last summer 2024. This one here is the Miami in a bottle. Now, everybody talked about this one, saying if you like banana, you got to get this. We have some things to discuss. It's not quite what I was hoping for. I don't know if I'll go for a bigger bottle. It's nice, but let's go check Fragrantica for the main accords and for the scent pyramid. Main accords for Maui in a bottle sweet banana are sweet, fruity, vanilla, coconut, tropical, white floral, woody, powdery, and lactonic. Top notes are banana and pear. Mid notes are coconut and jasmine. Base notes are vanilla and sandalwood. When it comes to this fragrance, again, I don't like the initial spray. You should always let your fragrances sort of rest, like spray them, let the alcohol kind of evaporate in the air. I like this one a little bit more than this one when it comes to banana. The reason being is that this is a powdery banana for me on the dry down. This is definitely a sweet banana, but there's more to it, and I just wish there was a little bit more of the tropical banana, less of the jasmine. I don't get pear at all. So I don't know, I'm like reading right here. I don't get pear at all. I kind of feel like I get a bit of the jasmine note, unfortunately, which I guess maybe it goes really well with things, but it's not my cup of tea. Vanilla would have been great just as Madagascar vanilla, Tahitian vanilla with a banana. That would have been a great combo. But I don't know about putting sandalwood in here. I don't know if I'll get a larger bottle. To be frank with you guys, if there was an option for me to buy this, it's the same size of a travel size, a regular KLA travel size, that looks the same as every other travel size, but they didn't give that option. They only gave you the option to pay the extra, was it $10 or $15 Canadian to get the small one to make it look like the big bottle with the fancy lid. I don't need a fancy lid. I wish they brought it out with the regular travel size. Anyway, I guess they're on the hype train, and everyone was hyping it up, and I like it. I like it. I like it a lot more than I like this one. I feel like I'll pull for this one a little bit more. We'll see. If it grows on me this summer, I might maybe buy another backup bottle of a travel size only. I don't need anything like super big. This is nice. I just need more banana. And last but not least, we have the Pièce de Résistance, the Jo Malone London's Raspberry Ripple. This is really exciting. I, of course, love their little packaging. I really did and still do in the fall and winter enjoy their ginger biscuit. That was a limited edition. This is also limited edition. I did pick this up at Sephora. What's interesting is that they've got a lot of ads for this particular fragrance, and in the deep background of their ads, they have tons of these bottles with tons of these pink and white bows, which is absolutely adorable. But I also see in the same exact bottle, the same exact bow, everywhere that's pink, there's a light blue. And I'm wondering if we're going to be getting another fragrance. Now, if it's blueberry, I'm not your girl. I'm out. You guys know I don't like blueberry. But I'm wondering if there's another fragrance that's going to be released, because I started looking at some of those little videos on Instagram, and I'm like, hey, there's like blue bows behind there, and I don't think there's anything out there from Jo Malone London with blue and white bow. So anyway, back to the fragrance, why you're actually here. This one is probably, and the bow came off, of course, but this one here is probably very, very surprising, and in a good way. Let's go over to Fragrantica and talk about this delicious scent. The main accords of Raspberry Ripple by Jo Malone London are fruity, sweet, soft, spicy, fresh, and sour. Top note is red currant, raspberry is your middle note, and base note is white musk. Okay, so I thought it was super interesting about how they described it as sour. And I think it's the red currant that actually gets it a little on the sour side. But it's interesting. It's not a juicy raspberry. There's definitely some green in there, similar to how a lot of strawberries came out in summer 2024. Some had like a green note, as if you were smelling a bit of that leaf. Now, the interesting part about this is that they really advertise it as like dripping raspberry ice cream. Everything was creamy. I don't get a milk note to this at all. There is no milk note to the notes at all, at least the 3 notes that they have on Fragrantica. I'm looking right now. I'm wondering if that's going to change over time. I know it does kind of change up a little bit here and there. If you guys like rhubarb and you know what rhubarb smells like, and there's that that tartness to it, that's what I get with this raspberry. There's a tart raspberry, almost a honeysuckle background. This is a fruity floral. I don't get too much sour. There's a little bit on the initial blast, but one wonders, is it actually just the alcohol that's on here? But it is really good. I wore it when it came in the other day and I put it on my arm, on my bare arm. It lasted for me, keeping in mind I burn through fragrances super fast. Like, it does not take long for me to burn up a fragrance. It only lasted about 2.5 hours before it really faded, which is typical for Jo Malone London. These are eau de, like, colognes, so they're not like eau de toilettes or eau de parfum, things like that, which have a higher concentration of oils. I'm still happy I have this in my collection. I'm so excited. I was so stoked for this. I'm really curious about that blue one. I'm pretty sure I saw in their background of all their advertising. But this is really, really good, you guys. This is not a blind bottle purchase worthy. I would say if you can go to Sephora, which is likely where you're going to find this more readily available to you to try it first. Put it on your skin, walk away for like a half an hour, do a lap or two of Sephora, as I usually do when I go in there, and see how it plays on your skin. I really enjoy this. I am happy I picked it up. Yeah, no regrets here. I do love raspberry. In fact, my husband's favorite fruit, I think, is raspberry, because if he had a choice of raspberry over any other fruit, it would go raspberry. I really do enjoy this. It's a fun little twist of the Jo Malone London series. It's nice and fruity, which we don't get a lot of real nice fruity splashes. I think companies and brands are playing it safe these days because, well, our money is tight and we're holding on to it a lot more. I think that vanilla is having a comeback. I think that we're playing it safe. I think companies and brands are playing it safe. Anything with a vanilla as a main accord. And vanilla just plays really nice with other scents. That is my haul, you guys. I'm super excited to share with you, and I'm hoping I have another really fun video for you next Friday. I don't want to jinx it. It's on its way. Something at a special order, pre-order, special order, and it's both from Canada and United States. Kind of a cool little collab not a collab, but it's a cool thing that the company did. I guess you'll just have to stay tuned next week. But with that said, you guys, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. As always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.